Okay, guys. Um, so this video, today, I was scrolling TikTok and it was late at night. I was working overnight, an overnight shift, and so I'm trying to stay awake or what have you. Um, and on this live that I stopped and was listening to mostly because of the title. Um, and I always wish that I think of the stuff that I'm going to say before I get on video because I was just kind of thinking of the point of the video or the point that I was really involved with it because the guy actually strayed from his topic. And his topic was, I can't remember, but anyway, it had strayed by the time I started looking at it. And they were talking about weave and makeup. So we know that it was a black man. Um, so he began, well, he was asking the women about makeup and, oh, black skin is so beautiful. And, every woman follows the black woman and her aesthetics and everything. They want to be you. They want to look like you. So why do you all feel the need to enhance or whatever? Then they got into talking about weave and wigs and all these type things, and why can't you just be natural and you know. Um, then they started talking about the BBLs and things like that that black women have started getting, which I have to say myself, that is one thing that I actually agree with. Because first of all, they're dangerous. Um, Second of all, you're putting your life in danger literally for something that you already have. Um, and even if you don't have it, there's still um, things that you can do before you actually go and literally put your life in danger and spend thousands of dollars. Like it's just that part I get. So, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to um I want to go back to um the makeup and the hair and the weave and the whole thing. Now, let me say this first of all. Um the reason that I said that it was a black man, that's not a slight, that's not a shot, that's not any of that. It's just literally there's no other culture, race, whatever of men that care about makeup and hair like that. It's just they really don't. Um, Men of other races will see you. Uh, they could see me with my hair like this, and even though I do not wear weave, these are extensions. This is not. It's not weave. Weave and so forth are different. Um, anyway, and tomorrow I could have an afro, and other races of men will just tell you, "Oh my God, your hair's so beautiful," or "Oh my God, you look so nice," or whatever. The very next day, I can come in there with my hair straight, still gonna be, "Wow, what did you do to your hair?" Like, "Yeah, no, it looks really, really good." Like, and that's the honest truth. That's literally the honest truth from Hispanic men to white men, of course. Pretty much every other race of men. They're not going to critique you and be like, well, yesterday you had an afro. Why you straighten your hair? Why did you do like that's a black man. Like the other race of men are not going to ask you or care what you're doing to your hair on a daily basis. I'm really hoping that you guys can hear that ambulance or fire truck or whatever that is in the distance. Normally, honestly, like it's silent. Like I really that's very, very rare. But I do have my window open for a little, got my patio open for a little air. So if you hear it, excuse me, it'll go away. um, but yeah, so the women were talking about makeup and why they use it and why they whatever. And the guy, just to sum it up, he couldn't get it. He's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. My mom never wore makeup. Not one day do I ever remember her wearing makeup. Uh, my mom always had straight hair. She never permed her hair, whatever. She would press it, but she wouldn't even really press her hair. My mom would do something that the old folks, and I don't know if they still do it today, 'cause so many people wear perms. She would do something that they call just bumping her hair, bumping it out. So it's just a little whatever, just to make it not so puffy, and just kind of go through it with a hot comb, lightly, very lightly. And that was called, just bumping your hair out. But it was always fluffy and bushy, my mom's hair. Um, so yeah, but me, and I had no sisters, and really no women around me, really. I really didn't. Um, my grandma died when I was 15, but even then she was old. Like my grandma was like a real grandma. She was old when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't no 30, 40-year-old grandma. My grandma was literally in her 70s. She died, I think she was about 85. I was about 15 years old, something like that. Uh, and so she wasn't wearing makeup. She was, she was an old lady. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I guess my point is that I didn't see that modeled in front of me. Um, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think like as soon as I got to, because when I was in middle school, we had seventh grade in middle school. Seventh, eighth, and ninth grade was middle school. And I think as years went on, they start putting sixth graders in middle school. So it's like six, seven, eight, I think, and then 9 through 12 is high school or something like that. But when I was in middle school, I was in there in the seventh grade. So it wasn't sixth grade for me. And as soon as I got to middle school, like, and I can't even remember where I got the makeup. I must have been buying it. I had to buy it because um, yeah, I had to be buying it because it wasn't in the house, because I was living with my uncle and two brothers. So wasn't no women around. My mom lived in about a house or so down, and I wasn't necessarily living with her. Um, but anyway, yeah, so I must have been buying this makeup. I can't even really remember at the moment, but yeah, I was doing pretty much full face makeup. Um, and it was just fun. I was just doing it because it was fun. You know what I'm saying? And then by middle school, other girls and stuff were wearing makeup as well. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, but my makeup, I have to say, when I was younger, I did. experiment with colors and things like that because I do the whole eyeshadow and everything. Um, and I used to also do like the pressed powder on your face, but I've always had really nice skin. So I kind of stopped that pretty soon. But it was just something to experiment with. My mom used to have this little red powder puff, and she would always use it to get like the oil and stuff off of her face. We were in Texas, so humidity and everything. Um, but yeah, so I would do that and wear that. And I don't really remember when I stopped wearing the pressed powder. Probably when I found out that it can clog your pores. Never did the foundation or whatever. I never did that. Um, I never really believed in the foundation because I'm like, foundation to me was is for like um uneven skin. It's for like maybe dark circles or something like that. It's to smooth your skin. I guess you can also kind of use it as a skin lightener and all that, but I never used that. I never used the foundation like that. Like I said, I would use the little pressed powder every once in a while or for a little while. Then I stopped doing that altogether. Um, because it does clog your pores. You know what I'm saying? That was, yeah, it does clog your pores. And if you already have smooth skin, why? Why use it? Um, and as far as the colors, like I said, when I was younger, I did do more of the colors. I like the purples and the reds, which actually I still wear. But the way that I wear it and the way that I've worn makeup for years is I've always loved browns. Like I said, the little reds or whatever, because red you can really, really blend it in. Um, and colors that were always easy to blend. I never did kind of what they do now, and I'm not saying this to be offensive, but kind of like this drag queen makeup that is out now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the women wear these really, really bright colors and the really, really long eyelashes and the whole thing. And to each his own. I've just always liked the natural look. Um, Many times I will have makeup on and people will tell me they don't even believe I have makeup on. You can see it a little bit now only because of the lighter colors that way. And I did start kind of using a bit of a lighter color right up in here. But normally on a regular day, uh, and I don't do it at home all the time. I mean, I don't do it at home. But on a regular day, um, it's blended in. The colors that I wear is blended in, and it's such natural tones until you can't really tell that I am wearing makeup. Now the reason the reason because he kept asking why. Why do you do it? Why do you have to, why do you have to put all that on and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, and I wrote a couple of statements. And of course they were my statements. Um and he was saying things like doing it for men. He was saying something about doing it for attention. He talked about things like being in competition with other women and other women who wear makeup and weave and all that kind of stuff, getting the men and a natural woman, um, maybe feeling like she had to compete or something like that. But he also brought up that, in my opinion, it's a lie that men want natural women, natural hair, natural, uh, no makeup, just straight, plain old natural. Just like you wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, and go on out the door. And I say that's a lie because it is. I say it's a lie because those are not the women that men give attention to and look at and want and desire. Those are the kind of women that they want to have at home. in their house, cooking their dinner, washing their clothes, feeding their kids or whatever. Like, oh, that is, maybe they do want her to be dry and dull and, whatever at home. But on social media, they looking at the BBLs, they looking at the long weave, they looking at the facefuls of makeup and the long nails and all. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. That's not even a debate. I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to debate that because we've seen enough evidence to know that that is what they look at. You know what I'm saying? And even a woman like that at home, when they cheat on her, it's going to be with a woman who more than likely got some weave, showing off her body, um, long hair, makeup. Like, that's who they will cheat on. That type of woman would. With that type of woman. Look at Derek Jackson, who's a serial cheater anyway. And I swear to God, I do not understand how this man is still out here. But this man still has thousands of followers, and most of them are women. But he's a serial cheater, and we saw his wife. I think she's looking a little bit better now, but we saw his wife. She was very, very homely, and we saw the women he was cheating with. So that's just kind of case in point. It's nothing else really to debate or argue about with that. The hair, the weave, and all this type of stuff. So he talked about that as well. Why women have to do that? Why you can't just wear your natural hair? Here's the thing: black hair in its natural state of, let's say, kinky, curly, coily, because we know there's so many other black people in the world. Some of them got straight hair, some of them got wavy hair, some of them got curly hair. Like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? We got, I mean, the Somalians, the Ethiopians, and everything. Many of those women have long, beautiful, straight hair. Slightly curly or whatever, or easily to be curled. Put a little water, grease on it, whatever. You know how they used to do back in the day. Um, Even black aboriginals. Uh, Beautiful curly hair. I mean, beautiful curly hair. Uh, Now, when you start going to the Sudan and Kenya, like some of those other African countries and stuff, you have like just straight knotty balls. You know what I'm saying? Um, Us over here in America, we pretty much kind of have the kinky coily hair. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily hard African hair where it's just really, really um very, very kinky. Um Most of ours is just kind of thick and coily and kinky. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different textures. Um but it's just always so amazing because once again he was using that very silly argument of straight hair being white hair and straight hair you're trying to look like a white person, and it's just so crazy. And here's what I want to say: a black woman, just a regular everyday normal black woman who straightens her hair is still, because of how our hair is, going to be thick. It is still, and because there's so many women who have perms on their head and still got to flat iron it, like literally to get our hair flat or some semblance of flat, because they say we want, and this is not an insult to anybody, any other race or any other culture. I'm just speaking. This video is not meant hurt, harm, shame, embarrass, or be belittle or anything like that, any other race or culture. Okay, there's my disclaimer. Now, usually like I said, when a black woman straightens her hair, even with a perm, she still a lot of times has to put some kind of gel on it or flat iron it, or it's like it's something she's gonna have to do because our hair carries so much body, and it's never going to just be straight, bone straight to the scalp straight and flat and stringy. Now, white people have that kind of hair just by nature. I'm not talking and I'm not saying anything ugly or mean about them. I'm just being honest. Um, Normally when a black woman straightens her hair, it still don't look like white people's hair. White people, like I keep saying, their natural state of hair, whether they're 15 or 35, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even going real old. 15 or 35, their hair texture by nature is normally very thin, flat, no body, and pretty much to their head. That's just how it is. So when a black woman, like I said, straightens her hair by perm, by even flat iron, by what's the other thing I was going to say? Pressing comb, hot comb, whatever. It's still not flat, smooth, thin, nobody to our head. It's still not. So comparing black hair that's straight to white people's hair is so wrong. It's so wrong because it's not. Like it's really not. Our hair is so much thicker and has so much body until that is such a silly thing to say. And I've even brought up the argument of, well, what about the Somali women? What about the Ethiopian Eritrean women who have long straight? What about the women of Chad in Africa who have all that long beautiful hair down their back and their hair is relatively straight? But what about them? You know what I'm saying? Like, but even with that, their hair is not like white women's hair. It's just not. And so to make that comparison to me is really just you trying to throw an insult at black women to try to, I don't know, make us feel bad that, oh, you trying to look like a white woman because you got your hair straight. That is so silly. One of the things, that I think men don't understand, first of all, the reason this guy was so confused and not going to ever understand is because he is a man. You're not a woman. You're not going to ever be able to get into our heads and think like us. I don't care if you're a transgender, and I know I'm going off a little bit, but I don't care if you're gay or transgender, you're still biologically a man, born a man. You got male wiring in your head. So you're not going to understand why a woman wears makeup or why a woman wants to be versatile with her hair. And that's literally and clearly what it is. Although I've been natural for many years now, a couple of times a year, I want to straighten my hair. I don't think of being a white woman. I just think I want to change my hair up a little bit. That's literally what I'm thinking. A white woman don't come into my mind at all ever when I feel the need to straighten my hair. Not at all. Different hairstyles do. Like that comes into my head, into my mind. Oh, I want to wear my hair like this and I got to straighten it if I want to get that look. And so it's not a thing of wanting to be somebody that you're not. It's literally, seriously, a thing of wanting to change your look, wanting to be versatile. And because our hair can do that, why not? Like that's clearly what it is. Like no one is trying to look like a white woman. I mean, and like I said, the other thing that always gets me is why compare us to white women instead of comparing us to, oh, you trying to look like Ethiopian women with their straight hair? Well, oh, you trying to look like them Somali women with your straight hair. Why does it always have to be, oh, you trying to look white? No, we not. We can't ever look white. Our hair, literally, like I said, and this is not to be an insult, our hair is not that flat, no body, and slick to our head like that. Like if a white woman wakes up and doesn't do her hair with a curling iron or some kind of rollers or some type of a body perm or a perm in general, but perms usually make their hair straight. But there's, shampoos and things like that that white women use to fluff up their hair and give it body and fullness, like what we have naturally. So it just, like I said, it just behooves me that people will say that black women are trying to look like white women when our hair textures are completely different. If I go stick my head in water, my hair gonna still be poof. And matter of fact, my hair gonna be more poof. But if a white woman goes and stick her head in water, her hair is flat, slick to her scalp. I don't get it. I don't understand that. But at the end of the day, um, this man, who I later found out was Muslim, so this was actually a Muslim uh show, I guess. I'm supposing the women were Muslim. I know he was because he said something about being Muslim. And once I heard that, I went head on and skedaddle. I got off of their live because I'm just like, okay, well, I ain't got nothing for y'all anyway. So this is not a conversation for me. This is a Muslim man, obviously talking to Muslim women about how the Muslim men want their women to look. I guess I don't know. I know Hebrew Israelite men are a lot like that as well. So it's more, I guess, in that case, a religious thing. But at the end of the day, it's still a black man thing because, like I keep saying, only black men worry about women's makeup and their hair. And I just seriously don't get it because if it's something that enhances her and makes her feel better and good about herself, it doesn't matter how much you think I'm beautiful without any of that and whatever. That's good. That's fine. And I'm glad that you do. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't or don't ever want to change up my look and feel and want to look and feel different. It's a versatility thing. I mean, it literally is. I mean, sometimes I want to wear these. Sometimes I want to do braids. Um, Sometimes I want to straighten my hair. Sometimes every now and again, I just want to, just go natural and wear my poofy natural. Like I really do. And once again, it's because of just, I want to look different. I don't want to get up every day and look the same, be the same. What I even changed my makeup. I changed my colors. You know what I'm saying? I experiment with my lashes. Sometimes I get shorter lashes. Sometimes I get longer. Like it's just. But here's the thing that I don't get. The thing that I don't get is if it's not changing me as a person. Like, yeah, you met me with a big Angela Davis and no makeup or whatever. Say you met me that one day. I don't want to look like that for 50 years. That don't mean I don't think I'm beautiful. That don't mean that I don't think that I got low self-esteem, that I'm trying to compete with another. It don't mean any of that. But that for some reason is what men think. I don't want to wake up and just look like that for the next 50, 60 years. I don't want to do that. I went through a phase when I was younger of cutting my hair. Like for a long time, I wore short hair. I'm talking about Anita Baker short hair. And I would just curl it up a little bit or whatever, or wrap it or whatever, and literally wake up and just put my hands through my hair like that. And it was just feathery. and the back was cut short. Like that was the style back in the I don't know, 80s and early 90s or something like that. I can't really remember. But I did that a lot when I was in like high school. I wore that look a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, yeah, but that does not mean that a woman is not confident in herself and confident in her look. It just simply means that she wants to change it. Now, let me get on weave, even though I don't wear weave. Um, I've never had a weave, lace, like I never had any of that put in. But I do understand why women do it. A lot of women do it for protective styles. A lot of when it's foggy and when it's a lot of humidity and stuff like that, I don't really have that up here where I am. Um, but when I was in the South, it's hot, it's humid, it is just the South is just horrible on your hair unless that's how you want your hair to be. But trying to straighten it, trying to wear different kind of styles and things like that, a lot of times if your hair is just natural, it's just gonna be poof with humidity, fog, rain, all that kind of stuff. I'm in pretty much of a dry climate, so I don't really have to worry about that with my hair. So a lot of women will put on a wig or put some weave in their head or just whatever. Like for 2 months, they want to look like Beyonce. I don't know. Beyonce got weave. Don't nobody ever say nothing about her weave. You'll never hear a man asking why do Beyonce wear that much weave. Like you never hear that. You never hear them talking about singers and celebrities or, you know, these different rappers who wear like you don't never hear them asking why they do that. You never hear that. It's only regular, everyday black who we're the ones, if you ask, should be wearing protective styles because those women who are rich and famous, they got personal hairstylists. So it don't matter what day of the week is, they can do their hair however they want to. They don't have to worry about it. But if you got to get up and go to work early in the morning, it's foggy or it's rainy or something like that, you are not your hair is not going to fare very well even with a perm being straight if you want it straight that week like it's just going to be it's going to poof your hair out. It just really is. And so that is the reason why women wear protective styles, wigs, um um weave and things like that. They protect their hair and it does not mean that she bald, which is another and it's so silly. It's so silly, especially when it comes from black men. When y'all black men saw y'all aunties, y'all saw y'all mamas, y'all saw y'all cousins, y'all saw all of this, especially the ones in my generation. You saw them getting their hair pressed, getting their hair with them what you call them the thing Marcel wait no what you call them the things they were they look like the scissors and they're hot and they used to be real big back in the 70s and stuff where women would do their hair like that. So if anybody would know that black women got hair, it would be black men. But black men are the ones that do the most shaming of black women, talking about black women bald, don't have no hair like that. That really is so silly. Um, there was honestly and truly, if black women didn't have no hair, you literally would not have all these beauty shops and hair salons and all this stuff in the black neighborhoods. Like you wouldn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, that's just really weird to me that of all people, black men run with that. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. But but then they got into a conversation where they start talking about BBLs. Now, BBLs to me, like I said in the beginning, that is one of the things that I can side with other people as to like I don't understand at all why black women would wear or go get a BBL and put their life in danger. Now, I got a cousin who had a BBL. I didn't know it until I saw her in 2021. I went back to Houston And she told me, you know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't even notice. Until when she said it, I noticed it because well, yeah. Anyway, I could tell. But anyway, um, now the reasoning a lot of these women were saying was talking about how men looked at other women with BBLs and how standard of what men seem like men like and what they want, which is true. It is true. It's across the board. Ain't no man, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Arab, ain't none of them looking for no woman with no flat behind. That's just is what it is. They all like some bump. So uh she talked about competition and things like that. And this was about four women that was on this panel, four or five women. I'll just, finally, eventually, I kind of just stopped my commenting and my thoughts and things like that. And I just started listening. And as I was listening, I had to help myself understand again because these were younger women again. And one of the things I just recently made a video saying that I was going to have to probably change my content when it comes to younger women because I am not in that generation and I really don't think like them. And this thing about the competition, this thing about wanting to, look as good as other women, and I am not bragging. I am not bragging. I'm literally just telling you about myself, how I've always been. And yeah, that I couldn't relate to that part of what they were talking about because I've never had that. I can't think honestly of one woman that I've ever been jealous so much so that I felt the need to compete with her, or I felt like, oh, well, she got this, I'm finna do this. And I've never had that. And I'm being very, very honest with you. Now, I have had many women like literally competing against me, and I didn't even know they were competing against me. And I didn't know they were competing against me because honestly and truly, I've never carried myself in a way that I want other women to be jealous of me, or I'm trying to look so good, or just trying to whatever that, I'm thinking that other women are jealous of. Like, I don't even give it a thought. Like, I really seriously don't. I've always just been me, did my thing, and carried on. Like I really have. I've never had a problem complimenting women. I've just never been in competition with other women, even where men are concerned, which is another, uh, that's another thing. But I've just never felt the need. And even at my age right now, I don't feel a need, to compete with 20, 30-year-old women. Like I really don't. I just don't. Like, I don't know. Call me weird. I don't know. But I don't feel a need to compete with 20, 30-year-old women. Now, once again, here I am, a very middle-aged woman, and I get on my job and I got 20 and 30 and 40-year-old women looking at me and and I know what it is because I know women. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what they're thinking, what they're whatever. And then, like, once I start telling them, okay, well, my son is such and such years old, I'm not going to tell y'all. They be like, for real? Like, I thought you was that age. Like, are you serious? You're so, really? And I'm just like, yeah. But the funny thing about that is I don't say that to brag. I say that because I know what you do. You're trying to compete with me because you think I'm in your age bracket and I'm not. And so I tell them at this point in my life because I need y'all to bring that down a little bit. Like I don't want nothing you got. Your man, like I don't want nothing you got. So I'm not going to compete with you. But once they find out how old my son is, then I start getting a little bit more respect. Like they start looking at me a little bit more, and then it's, well, I don't want to say my name because I was about to be like, like, oh, well, hey, Miss So and so, then that's when I get that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really, really crazy. It's just really, really crazy. I wish all women felt like they were the shit. Like I really do. And I'm not saying that I feel like I'm the shit. I'm just saying I wish all women would stop looking at other women as their competition. But I know the root cause of the reason that they do that is because of men. Most women are jealous of other women because they think that they can get their man. That's literally what it is in a nutshell. And if they don't think they can get their man, they think that their man would like them. He would like her as one, which is so silly from jump. Also, because most men would stick they thing in anything. Like most men, even if he thinks she ugly, if he had an opportunity to get some, he gonna get some. So it doesn't matter what she looked like. Like that's what's so silly about it. You're not a better or prettier woman because he with you. It's just the fact that if he's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. If he not gonna cheat, he not gonna cheat. That's him and his integrity. It literally has nothing to do with the other woman. Yeah, you got some hoish women who gonna go after your man, but still, even with that, your man have the opportunity to tell her, look, I'm in a relationship. I'm not even. You know how bad a woman's face gets cracked when a man turns her down? And when a man tells her, yeah, look, I'm not like I'm with her, we good, we happy, get out of my face, whatever. But women, those women who do that type stuff do it because they know most men are easy. They know most men will if they get an opportunity. Like it doesn't matter. The friend, the cousin, the sister, the grandma, like it don't matter. Most men will. And it don't matter what she look like. No matter how big her butt is, none of that matters. Men just need time and opportunity. Like for real, that's it. So thinking you're a better woman because you got him and she want him, or you, all that stuff is so silly. And women really have to grow up with that and stop always looking at the woman for to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't care how hard she came on to him. That's still his penis. That's still his pants, his belt buckle, and his zipper that he could have kept up. It is what it is. But yeah, um, that's really it at the end of the day. I mean, black men, quit worrying about makeup, weave, hair, and nails. Like, stop. Why? If she's the same mom with weave on and makeup that she is when she's natural, what does it matter? Does she still keep her job? Like, does she change her voice? Does she totally transform when she put on weave, hair, and makeup? Like, what is it that if she doesn't change like if she didn't completely transform when she puts on hair, lashes, nails, but like if she's still the core of the same woman, what does it matter? I mean, I don't understand what difference does it make if she just want to change her look. Did she stop taking care of the kids when she put nails on? Did she still like I don't get it. If she's still innately the same person, what does it matter? Now, first of the other thing also, as I'm coming to a close, is that there are women who literally do not wear makeup, don't like makeup, ain't never wore. There are women out there like that. It's so easy to go get one and find one. Just Just go get one and find one instead of insulting women who want to wear those things. Like I really don't get it. I honestly really don't get it. Um, so you have that. You have the fact that you as a man can make a choice. Ask her, do you ever wear makeup? If she say no, there you go. There's your woman. I know a lot of women who don't wear no makeup. A lot. Like I say, my mom. My mom never wore a stitch of makeup. My mom, matter of fact, though, my mom would do a little eyebrow pencil on her brows. That was it. That was it. And that little puff thing to get the oil out of her face. That was it. So it's an individual thing. It's a every woman type thing. You know what I'm saying? But as far as getting it and understanding it and trying to make sense of it, if you are a man, you it's not gonna make sense to you. You don't understand where makeup is fun because you're a man. You got a man brain, like you're not thinking like that. Now, a transgender, now, even though that might be a man, his mind is different. I don't know. Maybe try talking to some transgenders and find out from them why they want to wear makeup instead of badgering women. Like I don't know. Ask them why they want to wear makeup. I guess it's just really weird to me. I don't get it. But my last point, as I come to a close, talking to these younger women, as I heard him, talking to these younger women about the competing and trying to keep up and the standard and things like that. Like I say, I got really quiet on that part and I just really sat back and listened because like I say, that whole trying to keep up, trying to compete, you got to do this if you want a man or whatever type thing. Um I'm sorry, I can't turn that off. Um is just not going to men are just not going to understand that. You're just not going to be able to understand that. I would say, as I just said, if you want one who don't wear hair, weave, makeup, nails, just find that type of woman. And I really think it's just really, um, I think it's just a lot of men that just kind of want to insult black women. Like I really do. I just think that you don't want to understand and it matters. It's a big deal to you because it gives you something to throw at black women. Like that's really how I think about it. Because, like I said, if she's not changing as a person when she puts on makeup or hair, or we like she's still cooking your food, she's still taking care of her kids, she's still getting up going to work every day. What does it matter? It's not changing who she is. Now, if it's changing you, and it's changing your personality and it's changing how you feel about her, then that's something different. Then maybe you need to look at yourself because maybe you don't care about her as genuinely as you're coming off. Like, I don't know. Because if you like her with the Angela Davis and the straight black power, straight, just natural, whatever, and she does that for 6 months and then for 2 months she want to wear some braids or whatever, and you completely get a disdain for her, you don't like her, you don't want to be around her, you want to take that mess off, you want her to get that mess off your nails or whatever. I mean, that's something with you. That's something with you. Right now, even though these for the most part are my nails, as y'all can see, they're mine, but I still have, a little hardener or whatever, a little acrylic on acrylic is on this one because it broke. But these are not long, crazy off the wall type fingernails that men be complaining about, but they're still nails. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still artificial nails. My makeup, it's not as like men like to talk about women wearing clown makeup, clown lashes. clown colors, and I have colors, I have lashes, I have like all of that. But my look is still very natural. Is it not? I don't look like a clown. You know what I'm saying? I don't wear makeup like that. So I just have to wonder, like I said, if you don't like her when she changes or when she wants to be versatile or something like that, then, I think from the jump, from the beginning, you need to, look for that type of completely all complete natural women. There's a lot of women who don't wear nails. Like there just really are. Um, but if it's not changing her personality as a person, like if she ain't just completely got a whole bipolar different personality when she wears something different, hair, weave, makeup, braids, whatever, I don't see what the big deal is. And I don't see after all these years how there's an argument. I don't understand how there are literally black men who feel like weave has ruined the black community, like literally. As ignorant as that sounds coming out of my mouth, it's true. There are men who literally feel like weave has messed up the black community. And it's the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like I swear to God, I don't get that. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit all notifications so that you know when I upload new videos. You guys, thank you for listening and watching. And until the next video, we'll see you next time.